I'd like to take a few moments and share with you the meditation technique that I've been using for the last few years. I've had some tremendous results with it. I've had some profound experiences with it. And I hope that you guys will give it a shot. It's called Tranquil Wisdom Insight Meditation. And I learned it at the Dhammasukha Meditation Center in Missouri. The abbot at the time who taught it to me was a guy by the name of Bhante Vimalaramsi. Fantastic person, a fantastic teacher. He has since passed on, but they're still there. They're still teaching. He's passed the torch to a guy by the name of Delson Armstrong. So if you have an opportunity to go there at some time in the future, um, he's doing some fantastic work as well. And if you want additional detail on the technique beyond what I'm about to share with you, there's a fantastic book written by another gentleman by the name of David Johnson. It's called The Path to Nibbana. And if some of you aren't familiar with the word Nibbana, it's the same thing as nirvana. Nirvana is a Sanskrit word. Nibbana is a Pali word. There's no need to get fixated on the distinction. So Bhante Vimalaramsi, the reason why he teaches this technique is because he feels that he rediscovered the actual technique that the Buddha was teaching in his day. Because I got started with the Vipassana style of meditation, observing the rise and fall of your belly as you're breathing. There are some variations, but that's the gist of it. This is a loving kindness meditation. So your object of meditation, the thing that you will direct your mind towards, is an emotion, and that emotion is loving kindness. So here's the technique. First of all, find a place where you're comfortable. Um, it's not necessary that you sit on the floor, that you're able to sit cross-legged, that you're able to be in the lotus position. I've never once in my entire meditating career been able to sit cross-legged on a floor. A chair is fine. If you decide to sit in a chair, you don't want your back to touch the chair. Scoot forward just a little bit. You want to support your own spine. That'll help you stay a little bit alert. You also want your spine in alignment. The energy flow is just more efficient that way. Now, to begin, put a slight smile on your face. You'll want to hold on to that smile for the duration of the meditation. And if at any point you've noticed that it slipped away, just gently bring it back. And then what Bhante Vimalaramsi suggests is you want to bring up a mental image that evokes a feeling of loving kindness in your heart. Some of the suggestions he has given are a kitten, a puppy, a human baby that's looking you in the eye and smiling at you. Whatever works for you, but you want to have that warm, evocative feeling of loving kindness radiating from your heart, and you want to keep that slight Buddha smile going for the duration. Now, to continue, you will direct those feelings of loving kindness toward yourself. Now, I promise you, unless you are extraordinarily unusual, your mind will drift away. That's okay. That's normal. That's the mind doing what the mind does. Don't beat yourself up over it. If you notice you have thoughts going on in the background, but you're still also generating the loving kindness, if you still notice that you still have a little bit of that, there's nothing you need to do. You just are aware that you have some thoughts arising in the mind because that is just what the mind does. However, if you notice that you've completely forgot about the loving kindness, maybe your smile has slipped away, maybe you're ruminating about something that you have coming up to do next week or something that happened years ago, your mind is drifting away, just gently relax. The way Bhante Vimala describes it is this. There is a membrane around the human brain. It's called the meninges. Relax that membrane. Bring your smile back and gently shift your attention back to the loving kindness. And by the way, if you have to do that 100 times during your meditation session, that does not mean you have done anything wrong. So don't worry about that. The attitude I would encourage you to have while you're doing this meditation is not that you're trying to accomplish anything. Let it go. All you're trying to do is stay mindful. And for the purpose of this meditation, the definition of mindfulness that I'm going to give you, and it's the one that Bhante Vimala uses, is remembering to pay attention to how the mind shifts from one object to another. So you notice that the mind shifted? Pay attention to that. Another note, don't get wrapped up in the details of your meditation. Are you ruminating about something from the past or the future, or a little agitated about something that just happened a little while ago, or any of 100 other things? Just notice that. Oh, the mind is agitated. Oh, the presentation that I have to do next week keeps surfacing in my mind while I'm meditating. Don't try to push it away. Don't engage it. Don't worry about it. You're doing the meditation just fine. You don't have to do anything. If you took a jar of water and poured some sand in it and shook it up, and you wanted to settle all the sand at the bottom, the best way to do that is to just wait. And it's the same with the mind. And not every meditation session is going to be the same. There are going to be some days when the mind settles rather quickly. There are going to be other days where the mind doesn't settle before you have to end your meditation session. That's perfectly fine. Now, after radiating that loving kindness toward yourself for about 10 minutes, and your eyes are closed, don't get fixated on knowing exactly when 10 minutes is up. Just when you think it seems like that's been about 10, you will shift the loving kindness and you will direct it towards what Bhante Vimalaramsi calls a spiritual friend. And let me give you the definition of a spiritual friend. So there's a few criteria. First of all, this person needs to be alive. Second of all, this person needs to be of the same gender as yourself. This person needs to be someone for whom you have no sexual attraction to. And this person should not be a family member. So, once you've directed that loving kindness toward yourself for roughly 10 minutes, shift it toward this person. Oh, and I forgot to mention, this needs to be a person that you genuinely want to direct loving kindness towards. This is not the time to learn to love your enemy. There is a meditation for that. We're not on that meditation today. Direct that loving kindness. Gently bring the mind back to loving kindness when you've noticed that you've let your mindfulness slip. And that's it. One of the insights that came to me during, well, really more than one of my meditation sessions, the wisdom that you derive from meditation, it slips in from the back when you're not looking. So don't look for it. Don't worry about it. Don't think about it. Not every meditation is going to get you deeply relaxed. Not every meditation is going to have you coming away with the secrets of the universe or deep insights or any of that. Don't worry about the results. Don't worry about the pyrotechnics. Just stay in a relaxed mood of dispassionate observation and remember to smile.